What happens when John Cena retires? What happens? What happens when John Cena is done at the end of the year? Because I'm telling you now, there was a grand total of one person that I actually cared about tonight. One person. And his name was John Cena. Everyone else I either couldn't care less about, don't even want to see on my TV, or I like them as a character, as a person. I like the wrestling, but their booking makes it very hard for me to care about them or anyone care about them. So what happens when John Cena retires? I'll tell you what happens. There is zero people to care about, even for Raw. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Gunther when he comes back. People that you should care about, right? But what does Triple H do with them? He has them come out at 2 minutes at the end of the show. So you should care about them. You like them, but it's very hard to, because you're not able to, because you're given nothing. They're given no creativity. So let me ask you, what happens when John Cena retires? Imagine John Cena wasn't on the show tonight. Take John Cena out of the show tonight. I can't even imagine how unbearable it would be. I mean, it's unbearable as it is, but John Cena at least makes you feel something in the night, right? Tonight I felt one emotion all night, one single emotion, other than just pure boredom, depression and pure emptiness inside. Watching the rest of the show, John Cena actually made me feel something when he was cutting his promo. The rest of the show, absolutely nothing. So what happens when he goes? This company is screwed. Smackdown is screwed. Who do Smackdown have? At least Raw have a Roman. At least Raw have a Punk. A Gunther. Who does SmackDown have? Cody Rhodes. He's just won the championship and he's not even on the show for 2 weeks in a row. Does Cody Rhodes feel like a champion right now? Does it feel like John Cena isn't the champion and Cody's the new champion? Does it feel like Cody Rhodes has just took John Cena's 17th title from him? No. Does it feel like Cody Rhodes is the champion? Where is he? You can't have him win the title and then write him off. Isn't that backwards? Isn't that the wrong way around? Isn't that just stupid to anyone else? Or is that just me? The guy's just won the title. And now you give him a little break. Now you write him off. Now you give him a little holiday. Now he's got the title. Isn't that back to front? Isn't that entirely backwards? Where is Cody Rhodes? Your champion. Where is he? Supposed to be setting up with something with Drew McIntyre, right? Which, I mean, it's too early to rush for Clash in Paris, but you can still build it up and put it on a later event, which is probably going to be WrestlePalooza. You can still have him on the event. But instead, we're doing we're doing Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton again. It feels like that. It seems like that. It feels like that's what we're doing here. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton again, because Drew McIntyre went out there last night, cut a promo towards Cody Rhodes, and at the end of it, Randy Orton just RKO's him, and that's it. That's it. So even Randy Orton, even Drew McIntyre, I like Drew McIntyre. I really like Drew McIntyre and I really like Randy Orton, but it's just so infuriating. Randy Orton, it's Randy Orton, and they have him go out there, do an RKO, leave. That's it. That is it. You have Randy Orton in the arena, just like Raw. You have Roman Reigns in the arena. You have CM Punk in the arena. You can do whatever you want with them. How creative you can get with them. These individuals are your biggest names. They are huge stars. Your biggest stars. And you do nothing with them. You have them come out for 2 minutes or 30 seconds to do one little thing, one move, and then leave. So the crowd that's there in the arena paid thousands to come to the show. They get to see someone that they like, that they want to see, right? One of the people they've paid the money for, and they get 30 seconds. Right, Raw, people in the arena, most of them probably came to the show hoping to see Roman Reigns. And what do they get? 2 minutes, if that. A spear, and that's it. Leave. Go home. You got your Roman Reigns. Be happy. And if you complain, you're not a real fan. That's what Triple H tells you, right? Tonight, you got John Cena. The only good part of the show. Drew McIntyre went out there and cut a good promo, but it was ruined by just a random Randy Orton RKO for no reason at the end of it, setting up another rematch because Cody Rhodes for some reason isn't there. Oh, it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's so stupid. Half of this night I couldn't care less about. I wasn't even watching. I'm going to be completely honest with you lot. I wasn't even watching half of it. You think I'm going to sit here and be genuinely invested in a Charlotte vs Piper Niven match? You think I'm going to sit here and be genuinely invested and watch my TV, not get distracted, and genuinely watch anything remotely involving MFT? Absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go on my phone. I had my football on in the background, which I was watching. So if you want an in-depth review of each match and each segment and everything that happened, each move, that is not going to happen in this review. This is not the channel for you. If you want me to genuinely go over an MFT match or an MFT segment, this is not the channel for you. I did not watch it. I refuse to go over any... I'm putting my foot down now. From now on, I refuse to go over anything remotely involving MFT because it is the most boring, nauseating, depressing faction we have ever witnessed in this company, which is saying something. There's nothing positive about them. They are the most boring thing on TV. Not just professional wrestling, TV, full stop. And I don't even watch a lot of TV, but I know it is for sure. And if it's not, then whoever is the most boring thing on TV, you better pack your ideas up. You better sort yourself out, because if you're more boring than MFT, I don't know what to tell you. Right, let's go through the night. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go through the night right now. Becky Lynch comes out there. It's in Dublin. Becky Lynch opens the show. A Raw wrestler, a Raw superstar coming over, which I don't mind. It's in Dublin, right? But at least make it make sense, because a couple of weeks ago, you were kicking MFT out of the arena for showing up on Raw. But now, that was the only time the brand split wasn't in effect. Sami Zayn can show up on other brands. LA Knight can show up on other brands. Becky Lynch can show up on other brands, and it's completely fine. MFT do it? Nah. In fact, ban MFT from all brands. How about that? Becky Lynch goes out there and she cuts a decent promo. At first she's pandering to the crowd, right? But then she turns on the crowd, which I like. Just because you're in Dublin, just because you're from Dublin, doesn't mean you have to turn face for one night. I like it. She went there, cut a heel promo on the crowd, saying, you don't deserve this show, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve this, that. Whatever, it is what it is. I liked it. And then Tiffany Stratton came out. Again, no issue. I thought Lyra was going to be there. The crowd were chanting for Lyra. And if you're going to have Becky show up on Smackdown, why not have Lyra also show up? But we get Tiffany. Is what it is. Initially I thought, oh, main event, Becky Lynch versus Tiffany. That's actually something I could get involved in. That's actually something I could get invested in. Tiffany versus Becky Lynch. Both champions, main event in Dublin. I can get behind it. And then and then I'm very quickly reminded the person running all of this is the stupidest person on earth, other than me, for watching this every week. Triple H. So of course we get Nia Jax come out. To set up something with Tiffany Stratton again and again and again and again and again for the 530th time now. We get Nia Jax and Tiffany. I ask you why? Because I have no idea. Other than Triple H just has no idea what to do with anyone on the roster. Why would you make Tiffany's title reign fun? Why not give her fresh opponents, right? Make the most of this title reign. Make it investing. Make it fun. Make it entertaining. No. Why do that when you can just give people Nia Jax, who people don't even want to see anyway? And I don't mind Nia Jax these days. Back in the day, I had a severe agenda against Nia Jax. These days, she's better than she was. Still don't necessarily want to see her. I would definitely not go that far. But I don't mind her. But if you're going to put her with Tiffany Stratton constantly, then I'm going to go back to that having the agenda, not wanting to see her on my TV screen. What are we doing with Tiffany Stratton's title reign? It's become boring. It's become irrelevant. Triple H does not know how to book champions. You know what? We're going to get straight to Julia. That was later in the night, but we're going to talk about it right now because whilst we're on the topic of champions, they have Julia on the show in a backstage segment with Mia Yim for no reason. Do you want a little fact? Okay. Here's a little fact for you on this random Friday evening. Julia, since she's won the title, has had one TV match. One single TV match since she won the title. Triple H does not know how to book champions to save his life. He doesn't know how to book anyone, especially champions. He puts a title on you and expects everyone to be like, oh, it's fine. Their booking is absolutely horrendous, but it's fine, they've got a title. That's what he did with LA Knight. That's what he did with Shinsuke Nakamura. People complain about their booking, he puts the title on them, and then he expects everyone to be okay with it. When in reality, their booking gets worse when he puts the title on them. Julia, very talented. You've got a mouthpiece with her now. You've got someone that can cut her promos for her. So there's no reason not to book her in a prominent position in this company right now. You've put a title on her. If you don't want to book her in these positions, if you're still a bit unsure on her, if you still want to let her marinate with a crowd, right? Let the crowd warm up to her. Why put a title on her and drag the title down in the meantime with her? If you're still unsure on Julia, if you're a bit like, let's let the crowd warm up to her, let her English improve, whatever it may be that makes you unsure on Julia, why put a title on her and then not have the title defended either? It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. And she's going with Mia Yim. Oh my God. This company, bro. This show. I just can't be asked to go over any. It's so stupid. I must be the stupidest person on earth to keep watching this every week when I despise it. I dread it. I dread watching this. It started at 8 o'clock for me tonight. 8 p.m. So as you're watching this, it might not have even aired for you in America. It might have, it might not have. I don't know. But if you're tempted to watch it, don't. I'm warning you now. Do not watch the show last night. Save yourself. Have a nice sleep. Watch something. Go out. Do anything other than watch the show. It's awful. You're missing nothing. Let me tell you, you're missing nothing. Maybe go watch the John Cena promo, but that's it. Please save yourself. Then we get Jade come out and right there, tag team match set up for the main event. Wow, riveting television. Tag team match the main event. Doesn't that sound familiar? Then we go into, what do we even get? Carmelo Hayes and The Miz versus Motor City Machine Gun. Again, I'm not going to go over the match in its entirety because to be quite honest with you lot, to be quite frank with you lot, I'm going to be completely honest with you. To be quite Frank Lampard with you all, I couldn't care less about this match. Carmelo Hayes was the least over person in this entire match. Motor City were more over than Carmelo Hayes. Now, you could easily blame the crowd, which you can. Go ahead, blame the crowd. But also, you can blame Triple H for this, for wasting him. But Triple H probably likes this, right? This is all done on purpose. Triple H sees that you want, right? He knows what you want. He sees social media. He sees the trends. He sees everyone claiming they want something on social media. And he goes out his way to not give you something. Like John Cena. John Cena went in his promo last night and named Jacob Fatu, Seth, AJ, Dominic Mysterio as names he wanted to face. So they've clearly seen this on social media. Triple H has clearly seen this on social media. So he clearly sees what people want. He clearly goes on social media and sees people asking for things. So that proves to you he goes out of his way to not give you what you want. So Carmelo Hayes not being over with the crowd is not a surprise at all. He was trending worldwide. We want Melo. What did they do with him? Nothing. They kept him off. They kept him off TV and then just put him with The Miz. The Miz in a tag team, which clearly no one is going to care about. So what did you expect? I don't even care who won the match. Miz pinned one of them. We get Charlotte versus Piper Niven. Piper Niven wins. On to the next thing. Because do you really want me to go over that? Because I don't want to go over that. We get the Julius, then we get as we've gone over. We get John Cena. He goes out there and cuts a very good well, not actually. Logan Paul comes out before he can say a word. Logan Paul actually cuts one of the better promos he's cut so far. I actually did like it. He actually put some passion into it, some venom into it, some amplification into his words, which is more than you can say for the rest of the roster, right? Or at least most of them. And then John Cena cuts a very good promo back to it. As I say, names people he wanted to face, says Logan Paul is a parasite, ends with him AAing Logan Paul. Yeah, sure. Good promo, but it's bittersweet because we're getting John Cena, Logan Paul. They literally addressed this a match being wasted on Logan Paul. So they know fans don't want to see this, but they're giving you it and they're making it part of the story so that they look fine, right? It looks like this is all on purpose. Let's put it into the story so it looks like we're clever. No, you're stupid. All of you are fucking stupid. Then we get MFT versus Street Profits, and as I said, I refuse to go over anything revolving MFT. So on to the next. We get Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. Do you want me to go over this? It was supposed to be Aleister Black versus R-Truth, which is a lose-lose situation because neither can lose. So I don't even know. R-Truth is on the Triton trying saying, I missed my city, or I missed my flight, or I flew to a different city, flew to a different Dublin, whatever he said. And then Damian Priest just come out for a brawl. Anyway, we get Drew McIntyre to cut a promo next. We get, he's basically just saying, Cody's a bitch and I'm going to beat you up, basically. Good promo because it's Drew McIntyre. I don't think you could find a bad Drew McIntyre promo. But then it just ends with a Randy Orton RKO for a rematch. Because why would Cody Rhodes, the champion, show up to work after he hasn't said a single word since he's won the title back? RKO, that's it. So we're setting up a rematch. Okay. Then we get the main event, couldn't care less. Genuinely couldn't care less. Jade pins Nia. That's all you're getting from me. Then after, because before this match, Drew McIntyre is telling Logan Paul backstage, you need to fix this tonight. So I'm thinking, I have a little bit of hope in me. Maybe they're going to do a little something at the end of the night, right? Because this match ended a few minutes early, so I'm like, all right, they've got something planned here, right? Maybe they've seen people aren't happy with this match being set up. Maybe they want to get people involved. Maybe they want to, I don't know, get people excited for this, right? They know people aren't excited for this. They know people are disappointed with this match being set up. So maybe they want to do something to get people invested, get people excited. So what do? John Cena's backstage. He's walking out of his locker and I'm like, here we go. Maybe Triple H has put a bit of creativity in, right? Remember the Rock Cody thing from WrestleMania 40 outside the arena? I was like, maybe we'll get even 5% of that. In reality, Logan Paul punches John Cena and the show ends. Logan Paul punches John Cena, runs off, the show ends. That was Triple H putting his 100% creativity into that, by the way. That is all. That is Triple H trying to get that is his best. That is the best Triple H can give you. He isn't creative. He doesn't have a creative bone in his body. Think of the things that you could do. Put John Cena through a car window, throw him off something, hit him with something, anything. He just knocked him out and ran off. That is Triple H putting his 100% effort and creativity into that. That was Smackdown. That was Smackdown. Why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself every week? Unfortunately, we've got Raw Monday. Yay. Kill me.